friends, it's Mari from April Hiraya Archives, and today we get to do another project that has been on my list to do, and that is converting one of my traveler's notebook passport size into a rings. So let's get started. Okay, so you guys, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Mari. I like to not use my traveler's notebooks how they're intended to. I like to hack it. Usually I cut them down or I put rings in them. Either way, I like to kind of use what I already have. And since I've converted a few of my traveler's notebook into rings, it's been kind of one of my favorite things to do. Something has to do with the size of the standard size as a ring binder and then the passport size as a ring binder. I don't know, I love the size. And so the reason why I want to do this is because for my to-go calendar that stays in my purse, I actually converted a Louis Vuitton PM agenda. I took out the rings and converted it into a traveler's notebook, so I kind of went opposite way. And this came about because back in like 2017, 2018, when I first was introduced to the traveler's notebooks, I was kind of obsessed with it. And so I was like literally trying to turn every cover that I had into a traveler's notebook. And so it was one of my Louis Vuitton PM agendas that I decided to do that with. And so I kind of use this for my on-the-go calendar for when I'm out and I need a calendar with me, especially if I'm like at the doctor's office or I need to set appointments and I just need to know like what days my kids are off school, what days they're half days and so forth. And so I keep that information here. And as you can see, I took the ring system and I just kind of threaded a elastic through here so I can use this as a traveler's notebook. And so far I have been enjoying it, but I do want to I want it in a ring system, a calendar. I feel like I just can add pages and take out pages. Well, you guys know the spiel about ring planners. And so when it comes to a lot of my like functional planning, I prefer a rings planner. And so that is what I want to do. And so I actually tried to convert this back into the rings that it came with, but the metal pieces, they're so fragile that it actually broke off. So I was not able to add the rings back again. And so to remedy that, I ended up purchasing, it's been on my wish list for quite some time, this one and the denim one. And when I found this pop up and it was at a price that I was willing to pay, I went ahead and grabbed it. And I absolutely love this ring planner. I was actually going to go ahead and switch out to this to here, but I really like the size of the passport size for my to-go. And so as you can see, it's a little bit more narrow and a little bit more shorter. And I mean, to some, it's like, okay, it's only that much, but it's something how it feels in the hand, if that makes sense. And so I thought maybe I could convert one of my passport sizes into a ring planner. So that is what I'm going to do. I scoured the internet to find what rings would fit this. And I have several options here that I was thinking about converting it into my rings planner. Now, the way we're going about doing this, it's not very invasive. You're not going to be like poking new holes or anything like that. The only thing that you would be doing is creating the existing holes. You will be kind of making it a little bit bigger to accommodate the screws that it came with. And the screws are about, I mean, it's not too big, but that is probably the only thing as far as you doing anything to your traveler's notebook and to the leather. And so, yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. And I thought I would go ahead and film this. Now, I did film one of the other, when I converted two of my traveler's notebook, the standard size, into a ring binder. One has, I think, like 15 millimeter rings, so it's quite thick, but I needed bigger rings because this traveler's notebook houses, like, it's like my reference planner, so it has a lot of information in it. And so, as you can see, I just have to be careful when I open this because it does have personal information in it. But as you can see, I did add these rings in this one, and this I do have a separate video on this. I will add it to the cards or link it in the description box. This has a little bit more wider rings, so it accommodates a little bit more paper versus the newest one that I just converted, which I will show you. I think it's 13 milliliters, the thinner one, but I wanted something more slimline, which was kind of inspired by my Me Plus and my plotter rings. Obviously, this is a lot thinner when it comes to the ring size, but I feel like this is a happy middle, happy middle ground. Was this one? This is using the same rings that I have in the other one, but the only difference is it's a lot smaller. So I want to say the bigger one is like 15 mm and this is like 13 mm. And so I feel like it's a great size, and it still kind of keeps the traveler's notebook a slim profile versus the thicker rings. As you can see, it kind of gives off that thicker one. And obviously this one was kind of necessary because I have a lot of information. This ring system right here, this ring binder, I'm using as a menu planner for myself, and so I don't need a lot of paper in here, and so that's the reason why I was actually looking for a much smaller rings, and I did find it. I'll link all the rings that I used in the description box as well. The larger ones I got a long time ago, so hopefully I can still find it. But yeah, and I do have a video on this one as well. Again, this is such a simple process. I think it's a great way to reuse some of those. If you're like me and have a ton of traveler's notebooks that's just kind of sitting on your desk, I think it's a great way for you to utilize what you don't have and using it in a different capacity than what it's intended for. And so here we are. I'm going to do the same thing with my passport size. Now I came with different options because I'm not exactly too sure which one I want to do. Now these are the ring binders that I got. I believe it's in the A6 size, and I got it in silver just to try out, and hopefully these work fine. I haven't tested out the quality of it, but it seems fine. I mean, they were pretty affordable, and then it comes with its screws, and I'm pretty sure they probably come in different finishes as well. So that's something that you can choose from. Okay, so here are my options. At first, I was thinking that I was going to do this one. Now, this is a traveler's notebook. This is the original Midori traveler's notebook, which I do have another original Midori traveler's notebook. I had a very large traveler's notebook collection. I did since sell a lot of it, and some that I did keep. But this one, I actually went ahead and cut this down to an A6 size. I was thinking that I could possibly use this, as it will fit perfectly like so. But the thing is that I kind of have a similar size with this one, right? And it's quite larger than this one. And I was looking for a little bit more compact, a little bit more narrow. And plus, this is kind of the only A6 size TN that I have that I cut down from a traveler's notebook. So I kind of don't want to do that. I want to keep this option for myself as is. So we're not going to use this. So really, it boils down to the 3 traveler's notebook passport sizes that I have. I currently only own 3. I think it's only 3. I do have another one like this, but I gave it to my husband, and then my husband also has another passport size for himself. But as far as for my collection, these are the only 3. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe I'm not. My kids have their own passport size TNs as well. So this is mine. So yeah, so what I have here is a Starbucks edition, like so. I did do the customizations on it myself. I added the leather pockets. And currently right now, I have this as like my tea journal slash food journal, which in this case, I've been enjoying doing that in my notebook. So I'm not exactly too sure what I'm going to do with this passport size. So this was an option. Another option is one of my favorite, which is the olive one. And I had this customized by Baumkuchen. And I currently use this as my media journal to kind of do my movies. And I kind of maybe will just keep it at that since I've already set it up. And so my next option would be this one, which I haven't done anything with other than I did customize it. I did sew on this patch. I did do a video of me actually doing this whole process. If you're interested, I'll also leave it in the cards or in the description box. I did sew on this patch myself, and then I did add these slip pockets as well. And so I'm thinking that this would be a great TN for me to use for my on the go. And I do love the fact that it says Love and Trip on the back side. So this would be like if we do end up doing any kind of travel or whatever, this would be the notebook that I would use to, because it'll have a monthly calendar to plan out the things that we're doing when we are on vacation or traveling. So I feel like this would be a great option for that. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and just make decision and go with this. So the first thing, and I guess the reason why is because I do have another one. Well, my husband, I gave it to my husband. He's not really using it, so if I need another Love and Trip, I can just take his, right? Okay, I brought you guys down just a little bit so you guys can see the process and how easy it really is. Now, obviously, we're not going to need the strings on here. So that's the first thing that we are going to do is cut off the strings. And let's do it just like that. And there you go. The strings are gone. And then I always keep these. I save it just in case. All right, so now what's left is adding these. Now, if this is like the other one, the holes should line up. Maybe. I'm looking at it and it does not look like the holes are lining up. So this is going to be a little bit different. Let's see. If you are brave enough to add holes, it looks like it falls right in the middle of the existing holes. So it would look like this. So I think, all right, I had to pull you guys back just a little bit. So I think the best thing I would have to do is kind of line this up and then mark it where I need to mark it. Let's see. It looks like it's directly right in the middle of the two holes here. Okay, so in this case, you're going to have to do a little bit more, as in you would need to poke holes. So let me go ahead and align this. I'm going to stand up and do this because that way I can make sure I have this aligned properly. Okay, I've requested my husband if he can find me a leveler that I can use just so I can be sure that I have this leveled properly. But it looks like, I think that's good. I guess I don't need a leveler, but I'm just to be safe. It looks like that's a good spot. Thank you. Just gonna level it. I'm gonna make sure. So this is definitely, I thought I would be able to just line it up like so. This really quick. Just to see where this falls. Oops. I didn't mark that very well. I need to do it with a pen. Pencil. Yeah. There we go. All right. So I'm looking where this falls. And all right. It's like right in the middle of the two holes. And so I'm going to go ahead and punch it there. I do have this hole puncher. It's just a lot easier. This is actually not a hole puncher. It's, I forgot what it's for, but it's to put like those, what do you call those? I forgot what they're called. But anyways, I've been using it to hole punch my leather just because it's really easy. All right, so it's about right there. So I'm going to go ahead and poke the hole like so. Then I'm going to do the same for here. I'm just going to kind of align it to where okay. Let's see if I did okay. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's see. So these screws have a female and male part to it. And here we go. Now I definitely want the flat side, which would be the female part, on the outside because it's flatter. So let's see. So it's a little bit small. So I'm just gonna go back in and just kind of wiggle to make it a little bit wider. And sometimes if that doesn't work, I'll just take my scissors and do like this. There we go. Okay. One down. I'm just going to kind of loosely put this in here. I'll take the male part. It has like a flathead thing here, so you could use a flathead screwdriver or a normal screwdriver. Forgot what they're called. I didn't put it in tightly. I just want to make sure that I align this properly. Just gonna poke. Just widening that hole. There we go. That one's a little bit easier. Okay, and that should pop right in. Kind of not liking how this ring binder is laying. Maybe this is a little bit better. Yep, that's better. For some reason, this one was not laying properly. Okay, so I got the ring binder in. Go ahead and put these screws in like so. Again, this is a very easy process. The only difference with this one is I actually had to create the hole versus my other ones, the A5 size, the standard size. The hole's actually aligned, but as you can see, it was not very hard to poke holes. I think I was a little bit nervous about aligning this ring properly, but it just so happened that it falls right in between the two existing holes. So, oops. Okay. Okay. Now we have, and it looks like that. Okay. Easy peasy. Now we got to look at the insert that we're going to use. Now I do have a couple of pocket size inserts that I thought would probably work. I mean, technically you could probably use an insert and then cut it down. But if you do have a couple of pocket inserts laying around, they might be actually better. So let me go ahead and clear this area and I'll be right back. Okay, we are done. That was super easy. This is how it looks like. Now, the only thing that I do notice, because there is no like screw in the middle, that it bows a little bit. Do you see that? Because it doesn't stick to the what do you call it, the ring binder, but it's barely noticeable. Okay, so far that is how it looks like. Now, I mentioned that I have these pocket size inserts that I received from Me Plus, and I thought these would actually be perfect in here, where I don't have to cut any inserts. Now, if you don't have pocket size, you can easily just cut inserts, old paper, old notebooks that have paper in it that you want to cut down to this size. But I figured this would fit. So I have this clear dashboard. I just want to see how. So this is, as you can see, it kind of sticks out. So I wonder if it's the same. Since this is a dashboard, it's quite larger than, okay. I do have here. This is a monthly calendar, like so. And let's see how. Oh yeah, it fits perfectly. When you close it, there's no overhang at all. So that actually works perfectly, because now I don't have to do another step of cutting down inserts for it if you already have these pocket size inserts. Let's see the ones I have. There is a monthly planner here. There is a grid. Here is a weekly to-do. Here is also a undated 2-page monthly calendar. Also, again, a weekly, some dashboards, and then that's that flip out, and then this grid. I think because I do want to use this for my monthly calendar, do I want to do this? I kind of, let me see. Let me see how this looks. I do like having this at a glance, but then again, I don't know if I'm, but let me see how this one looks like. So it looks like, oh, okay, so this, wait, 1, 2, 3, wait, how does this work? Okay, so it'd be like this on there, right? So you have a Monday start, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here's like a list of things to do, or we have this one, which is in a vertical. This is more horizontal, and then this is more like so. I kind of like this one. The only thing I don't like about this one though is it's quite light. If you can see, the print is quite light. Huh. Okay, let's see how this would look. So it would look like this. It would be like this. So I would have 12 of these. This one kind of sticks out a little bit. Let's see. This one is more like that. So that one fits a little bit better, but it would be why am I not getting this? Is it weird? It's like the other way. No matter how. So it would be like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? What other ones? I do have this one that flips out. I mean, this is kind of great because of the fact that I can do appointments and then just leave it like that, and then I could just do the rest. This one right here. Oh, here's another monthly one. Huh. So you could just go out like this. There's a habit tracker on there, and then there's on the back for notes. Let me see how this looks like. I don't know. Maybe it's because this part is loose that's throwing me off. I think I prefer, let's see. This is a weekly. This is like a daily. This is that. Okay. Maybe. Why is this throwing me off though? The way it starts. Like I feel like the monthly is right here. And then Thursday. I think I'm overthinking this. Let me just throw it in. Let me just throw it in there. Okay, let me just do it this way. I think this is what's throwing me off because this front page. So if I January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, right? And then that would be the start of like January. It's like never ending. So I think that's what's throwing me off, is that because it starts here. I think I'm just overthinking it, but I think I'll figure it out eventually. And I do have these dashboards. Let's see. There we go. And maybe I'll just washi this together so I don't see that. And that'll be like the first thing that I open. And then let's see. I'll just make this a divider. And then I will add probably these daily pages. I do like these daily pages, which I've been using for here. Maybe I could use this. All right. This right here. Just wondering how it would fit in here, if it would. Oh, that's nice. It doesn't, like, there's a slight overhang, but not really. And then, now if you're wondering where I got these tabs, these are from Cloth and Paper. I'm not sure if they still carry it. I bought this in December. And so, let's see. And then I do like this right here, like it's like a to-do list, like so. And I can add this at the back. And I can add these daily pages. I quite like these. Oh, but the only thing is like it does stick out, as you can see, these tabs. So, I mean, if that doesn't bother you, that would look super cute. But I prefer not having the tabs. So, let me go ahead and take out these tabs, which is a shame because I really, really like it. I mean, I could cut this off, but I'm not. We'll leave these little as dividers, and I'll just probably put tabs in it or something. Just put that there. Yeah. That works out. I think that came out cute. I probably won't have this bear on there. Let me take that out. So I do like that size. And I like how that feels, actually. Now, obviously, I'll probably fix this in a different order, but you guys get the idea. But I love the fact that I can turn my passport size traveler's notebook into a ring system. So I think I like having it this way, or I can do it that way, but I would need to, I don't know, I kind of like it this way. I might change out the color of the string. I want like a fun pop of color. But what do you guys think? Let me move this out of the way. I'm just going to go through these on a different time, and really figure out what my setup is going to be when it comes to this. But I think it looks great. I have enough space. So when I actually go in, now the one thing is that I would like to have like a cotton cover like this. So I might make one for myself. I thought about cutting this, but I think I'm not going to do that. Or I can take a plastic one that I know I have extras of, and just poke a hole, like cut it in the middle and then poke a hole and add it to here, which let me see if I can find one. Okay, I did find one. But I figured I could probably cut this right down the middle. That way I have like a plastic to put like my extra cards in. Let me try. It doesn't hurt to try. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut right along this seam. So it's still intact. So let me, if I poke a hole in this thing, will it jut out? It will. So maybe what I can do, even though there's definitely probably a better way to do this, but, and even though now it will have a hole right here, it'll be in here, and so nothing will fall out of it. So let me grab my hole puncher. Here's my hole puncher, and let me make sure that we have this set properly. Set it for A6. Agenda, or would it be pocket? Maybe it's supposed to be pocket. Oops. All right, let's test this out. I'm going to test it out with paper, just to be on the safe side. It looks like it's aligned. Okay, so here we go for science. That back, and I would want this in the back. So it would be like so. It's a little bit tall. All right, let's add things in there. Just gonna add, let's see how this would look. Oops. And as you can see, it's a little bit not as centered, so I need to fix that. Probably come down a little bit more to center it. But here's another one that I can use to, this probably wouldn't do anything, so it's more of this one. So maybe if I center it a little bit. But either way, even if I leave it as is, it looks fine. It's not showing up top, and there's really no overhang. And we got, yay, okay. That came out good. It came out great, actually. I mean, we had a little bit of, what do you call it? I wasn't expecting to have to poke a hole in it, but it is what it is. And we went ahead and poked holes in it, and it still came out really nice. And it was a very simple process. So if you're thinking about converting your passport size into a ring system, highly recommend. Really easy to do, and it's so cute. It's the perfect size for me for on the go, especially. So I'm looking forward to using this in the future and switching out. So, okay, that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little DIY session with me and hanging out and trying to convert my passport size TN into my perfect ring system for on the go. It was really fun to do and I really enjoyed it, and it's really, really simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm gonna finish this up and figure out what I want in it. And yeah, all right, if you guys made it this far, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.